This is part 2 of our Rise of Skywalker review. If you missed the first part, we gave a general non-spoiler review and discussed the characters. Be warned, spoilers for Rise of Skywalker ahead.
I think it's hilarious that right off the bat, J.J. Abrams just like, forget 8 ever happened.
Yeah.
At all. You know? It's so weird.
I mean, a little bit 8 carried over with the race training, but
not a whole lot.
Not really.
He produced 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was Abrams, Johnson, Abrams.
Yep.
So why did they switch over to Johnson?
Well, okay.
So weird.
In
Should've
the
been
original
the-
trilogy,
should've
they
been the
did. They had 3 different directors.
Oh.
So I think
for 1, 2, and 3, wasn't it just George
it was Lucas. Yeah.
Yeah. How did Chewie not die?
Well,
That
there's 2
was-
transports.
Okay, but we never
Where
see
did we
another
see the
transport.
second one?
They just pulled
That's
that
what
one
the,
out
that's
of
what they
thin
leave.
air.
Yeah, I think they
Well,
were
where did the
originally
second one come out?
okay, we're gonna
Come from?
kill Chewie off, and they're like, maybe we shouldn't do that. And then they pull out another ship and have him alive. You know what I'm saying?
They wanted to, like, I guess, toy with their emotions for a little bit. I don't know, just want to toy with their emotions for a little bit.
I don't know.
But
It
I thought that
seems
was
really
kinda-
cheap, which leads into another thing I want to talk about is the number of fake deaths in this movie.
They had a lot of scares.
They had they just a lot of deaths that didn't
Like, they
happen.
came back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got
So they weren't meaningful, really. is what
Yeah,
we're trying to say.
at all.
Okay.
so we've got Chewie, who dies
Ben.
and then doesn't. We've got Ben Solo, who dies.
And
And
Oh,
only
yeah,
dies
man.
at the end,
Well-
but he gets stabbed through the chest, which probably should kill him.
No, I guess that's like stomach.
that's why he was alive.
I think I count that as a death. Like he was.
Well, yeah, but it wasn't like chest.
He was. Yeah.
And then when he was
So
thrown
he should
off,
have died, is what I'm saying.
when he was thrown off of the cliff or whatever, and then he
Yeah,
like
he
reaches
comes
up.
He comes back up
You
from
know?
the cliff. I mean, he
Yeah,
could
he almost
easily
died,
die
like,
there.
Twice and actually.
Yeah. Then he actually dies, but I mean,
But like,
Yeah.
Ray was
Ray
dead,
almost died.
and
Well,
then
yeah.
she was dead, and then she comes back to life.
Because he used the Force
C3PO.
No, I saw it like the second time I watched it.
Force healing.
I picked up
Is that what it's
on
called?
something that they have a special force connection, so they're the only 2 that can do it.
Oh really?
They have like the Emperor mentioned like they have a special force
Oh,
connection.
Like he hasn't
Yeah.
seen that in so many years or something. It was
Yeah,
Oh,
because
I
like when he
remember
like
that,
tried
yeah.
to drain him, he's like, "Oh, you 2 like bring life into
That's
one."
true. I kind of remember that now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
I picked
that-
up on the second time I watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully I pick up
That's
on that
okay,
too.
I guess. I don't know. That seems really.
I mean,
cheap
I'm
to
gonna
me.
go watch it again. Just
Okay.
That's good.
yeah.
Snoke being a clone.
Oh, that was.
That's why his face was all messed up.
I mean, I think it's
like he had so many trials.
No,
with,
but Snoke's face in the other vials, right? Those were all messed up still. So it wasn't like failed experiments. It's that's how he was supposed to
Oh,
look.
okay.
I mean, I'm kind of glad that we know where he came from because he was always like mysterious. Like we had no idea what he was. He was
came
just
from.
kind of
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
you know.
Just came about to be
So
the 7th,
it,
but
it kind of
we
brought
didn't know where he was until the 9th.
yeah, it kind of brought
It came
about
out to be.
closure. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I think it was played off well
Mm.
where he was from. But
General Hux being a spy.
That was.
I didn't say that coming.
That was coming.
I think
That was
that was
so out of
more-
the blue.
Yeah, I think
So
that
out
was
of the
more
blue.
just for stupidity, like funny moment or something. You know.
I mean, he was always
Pew,
scared
pew,
of
pew,
Ren.
pew.
I'm the spy.
Yeah.
I mean, he was always scared of Ren. Like,
That's. I
And
think
he
that's
always
why. I think that's
questioned
why
it.
he was a spy.
He always questioned Ren, right?
He hated how powerful Ren was.
Yeah.
I think
Or
he
like-
just hated Ren in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
see, like that's why I always flinched because he was a spy all along. He was like always like, flinching left and right, just like when Ren pointed at him, and Hux said, "Why don't we just destroy that planet?" And Ren's like pointed at him, and he like flinched a little bit, and
Yeah. He was just so annoyed at that.
I'm the spy, you know?
yeah, and then he got killed like 5 minutes later.
Yeah, which was stupid. Like,
Yeah.
some of the technology seems to have regressed.
What do you mean?
The speeders on the desert planet,
Oh yeah.
they're not floating. They have wheels.
I mean,
And that
Well, those were for like, I don't know. Just,
you got
why don't they have speeders?
because you got the Empire, which had control of everything, and didn't let the citizens that they controlled, technologically advance. So when they were overthrown by the rebels, right? They were completely dismantled by the rebels. The rebels didn't have the funding to help other planets, right?
Well, I guess, but also it's the
And
first.
resistance.
It's the First Order that has them. Their First Order technology. Why do they have tread? They can just float everywhere.
Yeah, but I mean, it's kind
It
of
looks
like
cooler.
it's kind of like okay,
Maybe
it's
it's easier to
fashion.
maneuver.
Well, it's kind of like the apocalypse, right? I mean, not really an apocalypse, but they're kind of regressing back into, like.
But they have new deaths, or they have new Star Destroyers.
Well, then they wouldn't be able
But
to
that's
launch in the back.
That's the first orders
For, like, the
that's-
jetpack.
for the jetpacks.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a problem. Like, it seems like it'd be impractical at that point to have tread on them.
Oh, yeah, the speeders had tread and the stormtroopers had jetpacks.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
They can
Oh.
fly now?
What?
They
Can fly now?
Oh yeah.
They can fly now.
They fly now.
What, they've always been able. Didn't they have flying ones in the earlier trilogy?
Yeah,
Not-
jetpack.
Not
Jet
jet.
troopers?
I remember.
Shock. Well,
I mean,
called shock.
The
Well,
bounty hunters did.
yeah.
Boba Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett did.
But I don't
Boba Fett and
remember
Jango Fett.
stormtroopers having
No.
jetpacks.
I like the Last Order outfits. It's all red. Those are pretty
I
cool.
thought those
Yeah.
looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the fact that every Star Destroyer had a planet killer on it.
That was.
That
That
was
was
OP.
okay. That was dumb.
That was dumb.
That was dumb.
That's a big problem I had with it. How did anything on the Death Star survive?
It shouldn't have.
Yeah, because it exploded.
Well, I mean,
and
the
then
pieces.
No.
It looked pretty
There's
together.
there's glass
Where?
in the throne room.
Yeah, he's
Maybe it's
right.
like special class.
Okay. A.
Indestructible
Okay.
glass.
It explodes. Okay. The explosion
It
doesn't.
doesn't
mean-
explode the whole thing. It
Okay,
looks like that
well,
because it's engulfed in
bring
flame.
up a video of Death Star 2 exploding.
Yeah, I know what it looks like.
Yeah, it's
Moves that pilot. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, oh. Okay.
Gets obliterated.
See those like pink things?
Yeah.
Those are pieces. Right?
Those are pieces.
You didn't see the other side
Like
of
the
it,
Death
though.
Star.
No, you didn't see that.
True.
Whole giant pieces could still be left.
Yeah, it was just like
I
the
don't
flames
know.
that covered it.
I think
the
what
flames
I
happened.
think
going
I think
around
it was in the
cover.
middle though. So like explosions don't go one way only.
I think
It goes out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but the other side could be more rigid. We don't know.
Anyway.
Okay, I think what
It's a lot of
happened.
I mean,
assumptions.
it's 1983 graphics.
And I think what happened was
This is like the entire
it's
scene.
supposed to be like the original trilogy is supposed to be it. Like it's only supposed to be those three movies. They tried to end it on that last movie. They didn't anticipate a sequel to it, so they didn't really know like if they were going to include the Death Star, if they were going to make a sequel, right? So that's kind of on the producers' part or the writers, I guess.
I just have a hard time thinking that much of the Death Star survived intact.
It was
Went
wasn't it
through-
just like the
It had like pretty much the entire dish part.
I mean, it was pretty bad. I will admit, it was pretty bad on what they did.
It
there.
was intact. Like doors opened.
But they had to have like
well, yeah.
they had to have like a they had to
That is true.
Well, this is
Yeah.
Palpatine's
doors
technology. So I mean,
But they blew up the Death Star once,
mhm.
right? In the fourth.
they rebuilt.
Okay, they had to rebuild it from scratch.
yeah, this is Death Star 2.
Could have been much more
Okay.
stronger.
Okay.
More
They could have
sturdy.
learned from their mistakes.
Yeah, except they made it bigger. They made the reactor core bigger.
How did Palpatine live the explosion? In Episode 6.
I have no idea.
Don't know.
Both explosions.
He
He
definitely-
explodes twice.
Yeah, he does.
Because a path or a dark side is a pathway to many abilities some consider unnatural.
Wow. Quoting the third
Yes.
movie. Wow.
Yeah,
Very
third,
good.
third movie, back in the vault.
Okay. Yes.
'Cause that's your
I
favorite,
mean-
that's why.
Well, it's a pretty good movie.
But
Actually.
how else would you explain it? I mean, other than movie
I mean-
magic, but
Dark
you know what I'm
side is
saying?
pretty powerful.
Yeah, but at least when Maul died, like half his body was gone. We never saw. Palpatine doesn't
Yeah,
look
never
like he
saw-
has a scratch on him, and he
Yeah.
exploded twice. Let me remind you.
Did you see his eyes? I mean, his eyes are pretty
Dude, his eyes were like.
screwed up.
He was just a
He's, like,
evil-looking person
Yeah.
in the ninth. Just terribly evil.
No,
looking.
did you see his hands?
Yeah, they're all.
His hands were
they're
like
all messed up,
down
and
to the bone and like
wrinkly and
trash.
yeah, scarred and.
Also, Leia being force sensitive and I mean, I guess we kind of did that in 8,
Yeah.
but we didn't know that she was training to be a Jedi, right?
No.
No, we didn't.
Exactly. That kind of surprised me.
I also liked all the voices when Rey was down, like Mace Windu, Qui-Gon.
Ahsoka.
I
Ahsoka.
didn't hear Ahsoka's.
Ahsoka's there.
She's in there,
That's the only appearance from her.
which I think is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Hey, or
Kanan Jarrus is there.
He was it? Okay.
Mhm.
Anakin.
Mm-hmm.
and,
Did I say Mace Windu?
Yeah, he did.
Obi-Wan.
Hey, good job, Hayden
so
Christensen.
Hayden
Good
Christensen.
job.
Hey, he
Also-
said restore the balance in the Force as like I
as,
did once.
as I did. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Mhm.
Proves that Mace Windu is dead. Right?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Mace Windu was cool.
He is dead.
Ha, told you.
I never believed that theory either. So.
Hey, you know what? He could still be alive through 4, 5, and 6.
So
Could have just died from natural causes, Max.
Okay, well, that's no.
Debate.
Different time. Different time.
Is Anakin the chosen one?
yes.
Technically,
After
yes.
after Episode 9, is Anakin the chosen one?
Yes.
Yeah, he's still chosen one.
Because
That's his nickname.
he did kill the Emperor.
He did bring balance to the Force,
He,
and then it just
I
dark side
don't
rose again.
think he did. If it's still the Skywalker trilogy,
Yeah.
okay? And he wasn't like a part of it at all. I don't think Anakin is the chosen one.
Why not?
Everything that he did, like his redemption in the original trilogy, his redemption meant nothing. Because the Sith didn't die.
Well, if he didn't kill
Because-
Palpatine, then Palpatine would have killed Luke, and then Luke wouldn't have been able to train Rey, and then Rey wouldn't have been able to kill Palpatine.
Also,
That to me, that seems really
It all adds up, I guess. I don't know.
but also in the prequels when he said you were the chosen one, they were talking about him being chosen one. They didn't think that there was going to be a sequel series. Also with the original trilogy.
I realize.
Because then that was supposed to be the end. So he was technically the chosen one.
I agree, sort of. I agree that from a real world perspective, it makes sense. But from a in story perspective, it doesn't. If Anakin was supposed to end the Sith
I guess.
and bring order to the Force,
But I mean, he technically did when he killed Palpatine.
but he didn't because of Episode 9.
Yeah, kind of ruins the whole.
It does.
It ruins like the prequels and the
Well,
original trilogy.
He did
Yeah.
say he did bring balance to the Force as he once did, so it just happened to rise again,
So
unfortunately.
maybe he did it 2 times. Or, well, it was done twice.
No, you can bring balance to the Force many
But
times.
yeah.
why is
As many
it
times
still
as
part
you
of the Skywalker trilogy then?
Because they wanted to do an after, like, of, like, the kids.
Well, Luke is still involved, and Leia is involved a lot.
But Luke was never the chosen.
I don't think he was supposed to be the
No,
chosen.
he wasn't. I don't know. I think that it's so weird that Palpatine was brought back,
He's like the most powerful
I
being.
know.
Most powerful
I know.
dude.
and he was truly terrifying in
Yeah,
this movie.
dude,
that was so
Very
good.
terrifying.
It's
That
so
was
weird.
well done.
Yeah.
They did a good job with Palpatine, except the fact that they brought him back. I think that's just my
Well, I like
opinion.
him brought back, but how they brought him back was pretty good.
Yeah.
Or how he looked.
How he looked, yeah, and how like his big scene where he shoots up a ton of lightning.
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah.
Like,
that
I-
showed his true power.
That
like,
was really cool. I thought that was well done, but I don't think they should have brought him back. They could have had, like maybe someone who looked up to Palpatine the same way that Kylo did to Darth Vader in 7.
Because Kylo was, I mean, he was answering to Palpatine, right? Was he answering to Palpatine? Or did he
Like,
know?
all the voices in
No.
Kylo's head was Palpatine.
Yeah, directing him.
I mean, yeah, Snoke was directing him.
I guess.
But
When
Snoke-
was Palpatine.
Yeah.
Snoke was Palpatine.
But Ben, or Kylo, I guess, was all about, he was all about following Darth Vader. That was his whole obsession. He always
Yeah.
kept his helmet,
Mhm.
which I thought was pretty cool that his helmet was still there.
I was fine that his helmet survived the explosion.
Yeah,
Because that's fine.
yeah. That's like Star Wars in one.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see that, you know it's Star Wars.
Yeah, it's Star Warsy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
You want to wrap up and say, I mean, overall,
Yeah.
what did you think of the movie as a whole?
I think we can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Bradley, do you want to start or do you want to?
I thought the movie was. At first, it was really fast. Then it moved slower, and because J.J. Abrams got his time in, and so he did a really good job wrapping up the whole. I mean, I know they're coming out with 3 more movies, but he kind of wrapped up all of it nicely into a nostalgic thing, which I like. And I know we were talking about it. I don't know if you want to talk about it too. You didn't start watching Star Wars up until 2 years ago. Is that right? Or a couple?
Oh, a few more than that.
Oh yeah.
It was within like the past
And,
10 years that I
Yeah.
started.
and
Yeah,
me and
same.
me
Yeah,
and
same.
Max, we always grew up with that, right? We watched.
Oh yeah,
We-
when I was first introduced, it was Clone Wars. But
Yeah. And we
I don't
kind of
know.
like that
Yeah.
nostalgia
Yeah.
stuff.
But yeah, I thought the movie was great. Well executed. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, but I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I thought it was good overall.
I think that it was an okay movie, but everything it did, another movie in the series did better. That's just my personal opinion. I think 6 was a better end to the whole series as a whole.
Yeah, 6 had like
6
a
was
good
good.
ending.
6 is
Mhm.
definitely the best in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think the hardest part to do a sequel is, in any movie,
Yeah.
is qualifying why it needs to exist. And I don't know that
I mean,
this...
they're good movies.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're bad
Yeah,
movies,
I'm just-
but I don't think that they fit.
So this trilogy didn't fit.
I don't think, as well as the prequels did, and I mean, love or hate the prequels,
They were important to the.
they added to the overall
Yeah.
story of the original
So
trilogy.
you knew what you were talking about
Mhm.
more.
And I don't think the sequel trilogy did that as well. And so that's why I don't rate this one as high,
Yeah.
because I think 6 was a better end. I think this whole trilogy as a whole wasn't as good as the prequels or the originals in concept. So let's go around. We're going to rank the movies 1 through 9.
Best to last.
Best to last. We're going to go over around and say, so like, number 1 movie, Bradley's going to say, Mac's going to say, Terrell's going to say, and then I'm going to say.
Compare that 1 through 9.
Yep.
So number 1 on the list for me was episode 6.
Number 1 for me was episode 3.
For me, it was number 6.
For me, it was episode 5.
So number 2 for me was episode 5.
Number 2 for me was 6.
Number 2 for me was 3.
Number 2 for me was episode 6.
So number 3 was episode 3 for me.
Number 3 was episode 9.
I also have episode 9 third.
I have episode 4.
Coming in 4th place for me was episode 9.
4th place for me was 5.
I've got the 7th one at 4.
I have the 7th one at 4.
Okay, so for number 5, I had episode 4.
For 5, I had 7.
For 5, I had 5.
For number 5, I have episode 3.
So number 6 for me was episode 7.
6 for me was 2.
I had the 8th episode, number 6.
I had the 9th episode.
Number 7 was episode 2.
7 for me was episode 4.
I also had the 4th episode, number 7.
I had episode 8.
So for number 8, I had episode 8.
I also had 8 for 8.
I have episode 2 as number 8.
I also have episode 2 as number 8.
And coming in last, I had episode 1.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
Episode 1.
That's a pretty easy decision.
Really
Yeah.
a toss up between the last 3.
I mean, it was good last 30 minutes, but
Last 30 minutes is the best part.
Yeah, no.
Darth
it was
Maul and
Maul.
the music.
Yep.
That's it.
And I think that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
That's
yeah.
a wrap. Yep.
Thanks,
That's
guys.
a wrap.
Thanks, guys, for watching.
Yep, thanks for watching.
Hang it up.
See you next time.
You're gonna die.
It's only like a liter Mountain Dew so far.
4,
Gonna die.
You're still gonna
4,
die.
7,